Hi, thank you for watching my video. This is Marrero Elementary School. I want to introduce you to my school so that you can learn more about it and what we need and why we need it. This is Marrero Elementary School, and this is my presentation for my master's program. Hope you enjoy. Our school demographic is very important. We need to know enrollment because it helps with our budget, what we'll get at the end of the year and what we'll have for the following year. Knowing what we have as far as lunch plans, as far as how many kids we have, whatever developmental abilities they may have, or we can accommodate them however we can. When we know ahead of time through registration the year prior, we're able to facilitate more things for our students as far as educational, as far as having the right materials for every child to be able to every child development so they can be able to thrive. We want to be able to know who we have, what we have, and how much resources we have to utilize. So enrollment is very important as far as playing a factor in what finances we will be able to receive. So I feel like everyone that's an educator should be in the space of inspiring our students. If you're not trying to inspire our students to be a better version of themselves, this is not the job for you. Me, on the other hand, I love my students. I love being an educator, and I believe that you have to continue to pour into our students. They're a sponge. Give them all that they need and even brighten their knowledge of what they thought they couldn't accomplish. That's our job, to be able to give them what they thought they didn't know, what they couldn't finish before. Some students need an extra push, and we are there to be able to push them beyond their limits that they set on themselves. And so we need to have all of the tools, all of the developmental aspects that will help us to thrive and to feed into these students every single day. How can our parents and volunteers in our community help us during this process? First, we need to be able to communicate better and have a good relationship that we're building with our community and also with our parents. When we gain positive connections, this will further us as far as getting more people involved in our students' learning. When they have more people that's willing to help our students be the best versions of themselves, especially their parents. I noticed that when parents are more involved in the school, the students seem to thrive more. They're enjoying school more because their parents are into what they're a part of. And that's important. The way to get our community involved is by creating avenues so that they can participate and help these students as well. How can they help our students? They can help our students by volunteering their time, their love, their support to build this community of educators, our future generation. So they can do raffles. They can help by doing read-alongs when they have the readathon, when they have all of the parents and volunteers to come and read to the students all different places of the world. I say all this to inspire someone that wants to help out. The community is a part of the schools. The way we can help our community know what's going on at our school is by having more presentation, more representation of what's going on. Newsletters. We already do newsletters. We do Class Dojo. But the people that's in our community that doesn't have children that want to support, we can help them by having posters made, plastered in our communities, in our schools, in our all our environment, so that it's more known of where we need help. I propose that we put together and use our budget to get us a poster maker, because it will be beneficial for the parents that volunteer, the community that volunteer, also for the teachers and for the children that want to make nice presentations and they do these projects together. I think this will definitely be beneficial and the money will be well worth it. Our students need collaborative desks because as they explore and get more into their developmental stages and they go into a higher learning, they're going to have to learn how to do group projects. They're going to have to learn how to work together, how to do individual tasks and group tasks. So I propose that we use our funding that we're given to make sure that all of our classes have some individual collaborative desks where groups can break off from the classroom and dig deeper into their assignment. Also, I feel like science is not high in our percentage that we want it to be this year and last year because we're not more hands-on. After COVID, we were so stuck to being at home, and now we're out and exploring, and this is the time to do more hands-on things. These students are very visual, and they love to touch things as well. Let's start utilizing it. Let's utilize this, okay? I say that we should be able to take our students outside more to explore nature. Not everyone may agree with this, but I really feel like it helps the developmental cognitive development to keep on thriving. A lot of these students in elementary doesn't know about using test tubes and measuring, like physically measuring, or doing a science project outside and going back to it to explore what has happened since the last time they did this. I just really feel like science is not having enough accommodated tools and manipulative. So I want to be a voice for our students to get the best materials possible for them to educationally grow more. Let's make sure that they're receiving what they need so that they can be able to absorb the new information that they're going to be utilizing. This is important for development as they grow. If they only think of education as sitting at a desk and nothing hands-on, what are we setting our students up for? Providing manipulatives for every grade, every classroom, and a variety of manipulatives is very important. The 3rd to 5th graders in elementary school, in our elementary school, are testing for STAR. So they have to be equipped with the different tools and different graphs and extra things that can help them break down each question, each answer, so that they can recheck themselves. Manipulatives are great for the younger students as well because they can also recheck themselves. A lot of students sometimes fail because they aren't taking the time to go back and reflect on what they've already answered. So I think we should definitely make this a big priority, being able to have things where the students can go back and say, hey, I have this, I have that, and this is what I need. Manipulatives help our students to think deeper, further into these equations and problem-solving skills so that they can be able to answer these questions without having to go to the manipulatives later. These are things that can be used as stepping stools to help our children to be greater educators. And further along their education, they won't have to rely on manipulatives. But manipulatives right now is like very important. As their principal, I will be fighting to make sure that our students have the correct things for their developmental level that they are at. Here are some manipulatives for math, for spelling, for writing, for counting, for test taking. These things are important, and these should always be calculated in our budget to make sure that it's covering every age, every grade, and every area they need. Let's make sure we're thinking ahead so that our students will not fall behind because we have made sure and established that they have all the things they will need so that they can be the best version of themselves. And we want that for our students. In this presentation, I have provided some different outside venues and areas that we can utilize for our budget, within our budget, to be able to facilitate better outside education. Let's explore more in our nature. Let's get more into the grass, take nature walks, using our science tools, doing a science project outside, building a garden, whatever we can to be able to make sure our students know how to interact in the nature, how to treat our environment. Providing scenery can help with brain stimulation, awareness, developmental skills, and positive correlation with the developmental growth in our students. Also, in this proposal, I am proposing a new playground. I believe we need new playground equipment because our students should not have safety hazards when they're going to have physical education or recess. I believe they don't have enough items out there on the playground for them to be stimulated emotionally, physically, cognitively. Our students aren't being pushed to their limits of knowing what they can accomplish. They're utilizing swings. They don't utilize enough balls. They have footballs. They have soccer balls, but they don't have swings. They don't have more than one slide. It's always crowded, and my students like to be very active, and I would like for them all to experience a beautiful scenery where they can go and learn how to balance. They can go and swing. There's different swings available. They don't have to just do a 1 or 2 mile walk around the field. They don't have to just kick a ball. They have options. So I also propose doing more interactive gym equipment. They do great workouts in the gym. They stretch really well. They do dance workouts. I love that. I want to see more games. Like, let's play dodgeball. Let's get our kids more in tune. They learn how to do balance inside the gym and outside, using jump ropes, learning a new task, doing Foursquare. Let's get our students active so that when they're utilizing all of their physical, emotional, mental, when they go back into class, they've let some of that energy that they had go. And now they can focus more on the task at hand, which is finishing their assignments, being more focused on their classwork and their teacher. I found that when students are more stimulated in areas that they want to let that extra energy out, they will thrive better now that they tried something new. I don't know about you, but for me, I know when there's something new to try, it's a good excitement. And then they're learning something new. So let's keep encouraging our students to be the best versions of themselves. Thank you for your time today listening to my presentation. I hope I have inspired you to be a great force for our students. Thank you for having me as your new principal. I am grateful and honored to be a part of this facility. We're going to work together to thrive, to reach beyond our means, to give our community and our facility what it deserves and all that we can bring.